work inside living cells. And he provided a link to an animation of something called the DNA replication system. And it was an animation provided by an Australian medical group. And Dawkins expressed his awe and wonder at this, but made no attempt to explain its origin. And I think that's where intelligent design comes in. When we find information and information processing systems, in our experience, they've always arisen from intelligent agency, usually from software engineers. So I've argued that the information technology inside living cells points to a master programmer for life.
Well, that's a beautiful way to put it. Folks, this is Book Talk with Corbin. We have with us Dr. Stephen Meyer, New York Times bestselling author, and the author of the book, Return of the God Hypothesis. Doctor, I'm assuming you can get it anywhere like Amazon.com and Barnes and Nobles and those usual places.
All those usual places, Indie Books and Books A Million, and of course Amazon. There's a spirited review war going on at Amazon. The sort of atheists, aggressive atheists are weighing in, and people on the other side defending the book. But it's exciting conversation. So we're glad people are taking notice of it.
Yeah, it sounds fantastic. I probably shouldn't include this, but one thing I do is I teach chess, and one of my chess coaches, he's actually a Quaker, but I noticed that he immediately picked up your book and started reading it. And he probably went through, this guy has 5 PhDs, by the way. He immediately went through like 2 chapters and just started talking to me about this stuff. And I'm saying to myself, dude, that sounds something up. It was some really deep things he was bringing out in reaction to your book.
Fantastic. We live in a time when people have just assumed that faith in God has no rational basis. And when you put this out there very explicitly, the subtitle of the book is 3 scientific discoveries that reveal the mind behind the universe. Yes. The old formula was the religious people had the faith and the scientists had the facts. But what if the scientific facts support faith? What if they point to the reality of God? That's a whole new way of looking at things. It's not a completely new way, because that was the way that the scientists who got science going, the scientific revolutionaries from 1500 to 1750, Kepler, Boyle, Newton, those guys, they thought science pointed to God, and they did science to glorify God. Mm-hmm. And the argument of the book is that perspective is coming back. Or if it isn't, it should be, because the scientific evidence is pointing in a decidedly theistic direction. The facts are supporting faith in God.
That's a beautiful way to conclude this. Doctor, I really appreciate your time today. And of course, let's please keep in touch. And obviously, are you having another book come out soon?
I'm pretty happy to get this one over the finish line. I worked on it 3.5 years actively. I've been thinking about it for 35 years. And so right now, we do have, by the way, we have a documentary that's being made about the film that will probably be titled The Story of Everything, or a documentary being made about the book. And we're hoping to release that next year. The Seattle-based documentary company working with us on it, and it's a pretty exciting project, because they've collected interviews with scientists from all around the world who are seeing what I've been seeing, and who we're providing additional testimony in support of the idea that scientific evidence in their fields is pointing to a designing intelligence, and indeed one that has the attributes that traditional theists have always ascribed to God.
Fantastic. Doctor, thank you so much, and we'll keep in touch, okay?
You bet. Thank you for having me on again.
Sure.